Hi, I'm Annie. Today I'm going to talk about how to design systems that support habits. If you'd like to schedule a one-on-one chat with me to talk about your goals and resolutions for the new year, you can find my contact information in the description. As James Clear says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Again, another quote from Atomic Habits, which is a great read if you're trying to get enthusiastic about goal setting. So I think it's helpful to look at some real-world examples of this principle in action. So I like to play guitar every day, and I do a pretty good job. I might miss a day here and there, but for the most part, I've been playing guitar every day. And I'm trying to identify all of the points of friction that might prevent me from following through on that daily habit. So what are the things that make me less likely to follow through, and what are the things that are really working that make me more likely to stick to the habit? So my guitar and all the equipment I use when I practice is organized, and I know where it is, and it's also out in the open. I can see visually my guitar hanging on the wall. The capo that I would need for practicing is sitting right there on the table beside it. My favorite chair I love to play guitar in is sitting right there. It's all there, out in the open. Nothing's tucked away in a closet. It's ready to go. I have an extra pack of strings in case I break a string and I need to change the strings in order to keep up with the daily habit. And then there's this mess. This is a big stinking pile of sheet music that's not organized, and it's a real pain in the ass. And every day when I sit down to play guitar, I'm just shuffling through these crumpled, worn out papers, trying to find the song that I'm learning, and they're all mixed together. They're not in order. That is a major point of friction. So today I decided to finally do something about it and design a system that would organize my sheet music so that it supports my daily guitar playing practice. So I got this beautiful binder and I reprinted my music on cardstock. So it's not thin paper, it's thick paper. I've got some tabs. I only did 3 songs so far, but I'm gonna fill this thing. I also put a lot of thought into the way that it's organized. If I turn the page, I can see the entire thing while I'm practicing. I don't have to flip pages when I get to the end of the stanza. Some of the songs were really big, and so I formatted them in pages using columns so that they would fit in this format. And I also put on these tabs. I'll be filling in the names of the songs here so that I can find them very quickly. So this system I can add to over time. I'm really excited to spend the rest of the afternoon getting some more songs in here. I can apply the same format as the weeks and months go on, adding more songs into the binder, just sticking to that framework. So it took some time to organize this. It takes time to format all those pages. It took some brain power to think of the system that I wanted to use and solve all the problems, like formatting the songs in columns and all these things to remove friction and make it easier. It took some time to design that system. But if I spend an hour working on this and getting the system all set up, I will benefit from this correctly designed system for the entire year. And so I will actually save time. Every time I go to sit down and play guitar, I'll save all the time that I used to spend shuffling through that mess of papers. It'll be organized in a way that saves me time over the course of a year. Now, I don't particularly like designing systems. I can sort of get overwhelmed. It's not the super easiest thing for me to do to come up with a system to keep things organized. But I can do it. It just hurts my brain a little. And once the system is solid, it's pretty much done. You may tweak it over time. It may evolve over time. You might make it better in 6 months. But this system here, I can use for quite a long time, just as it is. And all I have to do is just show up and use it. So there's a little bit of pain on the front end, designing the system and getting it all organized. It's kind of boring, kind of draining. But once it's designed, all I got to do is show up and use it. And I would suggest, if it's not easy for you to design systems, ask someone to help you who's really good at it. Like my sister is really good at designing systems. If I were to get stumped on something, I might call her and ask her, I have this huge mess of XYZ. What are your thoughts on how this could be organized? And she'll have an answer. She's just really good at thinking in that way. So daily walking my dogs is really important to me, and therefore I keep my walking and running gear really organized. I review my wardrobe over time time and make sure that I have what I'll need for the upcoming season, for the weather that's going to be happening in our area. A lot of people even put their running clothes out the night before. Get it all set up so that when they wake up in the morning, the first thing that they do is put on their running clothes. That's a system that reduces friction and supports their likelihood of following through with the habit. If I wanted to learn how to cook more meals, then I would reorganize my kitchen. That would be the first step. I would make sure that all the equipment is in working order and I can get to it easily. I know where everything is. I know that it works. Maybe I'm missing some equipment and I decide to buy a few things from the kitchen shop. So just a friendly reminder, we do not rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. Make sure that your systems are solid and that they're designed in an excellent way to support you in following through on your habits.